Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me today is Grant Coyle. He's the Managing Director of Latitude 66. Grant, congratulations on today's listing. Maybe start by giving us a little background into the reverse takeover of DiscoverX.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen, and thanks for having me. Yeah, the background of Latitude 66 is it's been an unlisted company for about 6 years with operations up in northern Finland. And towards the end of last year, we were approached with DiscoverX for a takeover and combination of the two companies. So that has now culminated in the relisting, obviously, today. And we're really excited to bring two companies together and bring these portfolios of what we see really valuable assets together.
Well, tell us about those portfolios of assets. What do you combine here?
Yeah, so we've got our Finland assets, which I'll get onto, but the Australian assets, which were picked up as part of the DCX transaction, we have the joint venture interest with Carnaby Resources, which is a 7.5% joint venture interest, and that's to a decision to mine. And then also two prominent gold prospective projects in WA, being Sylvania and Edgedina. But really our focus will be on our Finland assets, which we have our flagship project, which is the KSV project. And that's in northern Finland, as I said, in the Kuusamo area. And that's got a defined JORC resource of 650,000 ounces at 2.7 grams of gold and 5,800 tonnes of cobalt at 0.08%. And of course, importantly as well, Stephen, that's at over 80% at the measured level. So really prominent in terms of our understanding of that asset. But also importantly as well, there's a lot of exploration upside for us. That's open at depth and along strike. And also we've opened up a region just to the south of that deposit as well, which we are really excited about.
So really the combination gives you a diversified precious and critical minerals company. Tell us why the importance of cobalt.
Yeah, look, I think fundamentally the project that we have up there, the KSV project, is effectively a 90% gold project when you look at the economics of it and 10% cobalt. But really importantly for us, that cobalt aspect, the resource we have is the third largest undeveloped cobalt resource in Europe. And really the only project that's got the ability to come online in the next 10 years for cobalt. And cobalt in the EU is a strategic asset, or strategic mineral, as defined under the Critical Materials Act that the EU just enacted. And that to us is really going to hold us in good stead in terms of the strategic nature of that commodity within the project. And we really see that be able to drive and then assist us getting this project off the ground.
So really you can use the gold assets to help fund the development of the cobalt assets.
Yeah. So the cobalt itself sits in the same mineralization as the gold. So it effectively forms within the pit itself. So we'll be mining the cobalt and the gold out together. So we see it being able to achieve really a high grade, high economic gold project and be able to really extract that cobalt for, effectively a negative cost cobalt, if you like, which will be really strategic for Europe. And then when you overlay the fact that Finland's the largest refiner of cobalt outside of China as well, there's a lot of geopolitical and supply chain benefits that we can have by supplying that cobalt within Europe itself.
So maybe put forward the investment proposition for Latitude 66.
Yeah, so look, we see ourselves, as I said, we've got now a really great portfolio of valued assets, and we'll have that clear focus in Finland, but we see we'll be able to unlock some value in the Australian assets themselves as well. And we'll undertake a strategic review of those Australian assets moving forward. But then the Finnish assets, as I said, the KSV project itself, it's got a really great defined high-grade gold project across it, but we've got a lot of exploration upside to that. And we're currently drilling at the moment, and we'll be continuing to drill and get results out over the coming weeks, and really targeting a mineral resource upgrade by the end of this year. And we'll also be commencing a pre-feasibility study towards the end of this year as well.
I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress. Congratulations again on today's listing. Thanks for speaking with us.
Appreciate that, Stephen. Thanks for your time.
That's Grant Coyle. He's the Managing Director of Latitude 66.